Hello, my dear angling friends. Your favorite fishing blogger is here, and today we're diving deep into the conditions for Australia on January 18th, 2026. Get ready, because this day is shaping up to be truly unique. Many of you might be looking at the forecast and thinking, rain? A new moon? What does that mean for the bite? Well, my friends, I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn these conditions into an advantage and maybe even land that fish of a lifetime. This isn't just another summer's day with significant rainfall on the horizon. We're going to see some fascinating changes in fish behavior. So, let's break down how to conquer the water. First up, let's talk about those aggressive fighters, the Yellowtail Kingfish. These beauties are absolutely thriving in the warm summer waters of 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, and on a day like this, they'll be pushing right into the inshore reefs, headlands, jetties, and pylons. Why there? The rain and increased runoff can bring bait fish closer to shore, creating a feeding frenzy in these structured areas. For tackle, you'll need something heavy-duty. My advice, live squid are absolutely deadly. But don't shy away from stick baits, poppers, or large, soft plastics worked aggressively. Remember, kingies hit hard, so strong hooks and leaders are non-negotiable. Aim for a leader of at least 20 kilograms. Next, let's chase the cunning flathead. These ambush predators are abundant inshore right across the country, especially peaking in summer. With the rain, look for them in sandy gutters along drop-offs and around weed edges, particularly during the run-out tide when they lie in wait for bait that's been stirred up. Soft plastics like 5 to 7 inch grub tails or paddle tails in natural baitfish colors hopped slowly along the bottom are incredibly effective. If you prefer bait, a pilchard fillet or a live poddy mullet drifted along the bottom will be deadly. Keep your fluorocarbon leader light, around 10 to 12 pounds, to avoid spooking them in the slightly muddied, rain-affected waters. Now for our friends targeting snapper. January in the southern states is a prime time as they're feeding actively, often after their spawning cycles. With the rain, snapper might be more inclined to feed closer to cover. Look for them near inshore reefs and wrecks. Light tackle with small diving lures can work wonders, but pilchards, strips of tuna or squid are classic baits that often seal the deal. A 40-pound fluorocarbon trace will give you the confidence to tackle those big reds, especially if they're still feeling frisky post-spawn. And for a bit of light tackle fun that's always a winner, let's talk about whiting. These delicious fish will be active in the shallow, sandy areas and tidal flats. The rain might reduce visibility, making them less wary. Target them with small surface lures or tiny poppers, or go old school with live worms or fresh yabbies on a light-running sinker rig. Keep your eyes peeled for any disturbed sand. That's often a sign of whiting digging for a feed. All right, friends, let's break down the conditions for January 18th, 2026, so you understand the why behind our strategies. The weather in Sydney, representing much of coastal Australia, shows daytime temperatures reaching a pleasant 22 degrees Celsius, with comfortable overnight lows of around 19 degrees Celsius. This is warm, stable air temperature, which usually means fish metabolism is high. However, and this is crucial, we're expecting significant rainfall, with some forecasts showing 38.3 millimeters of precipitation. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. Consistent, light to moderate winds will keep things moving, and the rain can stir up food and oxygenate the water, often making fish less spooky. Atmospheric pressure should remain stable, which is always a plus for an active bite. The water temperature in Sydney's coastal waters will be warm, hovering around 23 to 25 degrees Celsius. These warm temperatures mean fish are generally active and have a higher metabolism, prompting them to feed more readily. So, despite the rain, the underlying warmth is a big advantage. Now for the moon phase, January 18th, 2026 marks a new moon. This means 0% illumination. While popular fishing lore sometimes suggests a slower bite around the new moon due to less light, a new moon also typically brings stronger tidal movements. Stronger tides mean more water movement, which stirs up bait and can trigger feeding activity. So, plan your fishing around those peak tidal changes, friends. Overall, the general fish activity for Australia on January 18th, 2026. I'd rate as good, but expect challenges and adapt. The stable warm weather and ideal water temperatures are perfect for summer feeding patterns. While the new moon might mean less aggressive bursts of activity for some species, the overall warmth, abundance of bait, and the influx of fresh water from the rain will keep species like kingfish, snapper, flathead, and whiting very active and accessible. Expect strong feeding periods, especially around the morning and afternoon tides. You'll need to be observant and adapt your tactics, but this day promises some fantastic fishing across Australia. So there you have it, my friends, your comprehensive forecast for January 18th, 2026. I hope this helps you get on to some absolute monsters. Remember to fish smart, stay safe, and respect the resource. Tight lines, everyone. Nippers and chewies to you all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know in the comments, what are your plans for fishing this weekend? Have you had any surprising catches during rainy conditions? Share your observations and let's build this community together.